Good evening. Welcome. My name is Bill Davis. I'm an interim vice provost at Washington State University. Washington State University resides on the land of the Nimiipuu Band of the Nez Perce tribal nation, and has been part of their tribal heritage from time immemorial. What I'm here to speak to you about today is Pulse, and I want to provide an overview for those who are leaders in higher education. And what I want to talk to you about is an introduction to our organization, and also a little bit about what you can expect and what you can benefit from by partnering with Pulse. As I said before, I'm an interim vice provost here at Washington State University, and feel free to contact me. My contact information will be available at the end of this presentation so that you'll have access to that. My leadership journey, and I'll talk a little bit more about my role in Pulse here in a few moments. I was previously the undergraduate studies director in my department, and I've also been an associate dean in my college, the College of Veterinary Medicine here at Washington State University. And so what this means is that I've held a series of progressively higher leadership experiences in higher education coming out of a department of molecular biosciences. So I come directly out of STEM and the life sciences. I've been a member of the Pulse Fellows group for about 10 years now. I first joined the organization in October of 2012 when it was first formed. My other roles in Pulse now, in addition to being a Pulse Fellow, are that I currently serve as the treasurer for this organization, and I serve on our nonprofit board of directors in that capacity. So why Pulse and why now? And to answer that question, what I want to do is to walk you through things that you probably already know, but I want to place them into the context of what we're doing here in Pulse so that you have a broader and deeper understanding of how we can be of benefit to you and your organization and the people that you work with. So at this current moment in higher education leadership, where we're at the end of the COVID pandemic, and as we move into that post-pandemic phase, is we see that this ongoing discussion is still happening about equity, access, diversity, inclusion, and justice. And that's at the levels of both our students that we serve, but also the faculty and oftentimes the staff that occupy the spaces in which we operate. Other things that we're talking about in higher educational leadership are things related to the retention of students at institutions. And in particular, something that we are interested in Pulse, and we know that you probably are interested in as well, is how is this retention of students impacted by curriculum, and how is it impacted by instruction that happens within our classrooms? Again, this gets back to the original origin of Pulse, which was to help proselytize or to spread the word about the Vision and Change report that came out of the AAAS in the late 2000s. Other things that people are concerned about in leadership and higher education is the retention of faculty and staff. And in particular, how is this influenced by departmental and institutional cultures in the spaces in which they operate? And then finally, something that I know is on my mind and probably on yours as well, are things related to post-pandemic fatigue and just general uncertainty about what's happening in higher education right now. And this uncertainty and fatigue extends all the way from our students up to our faculty. So why Pulse? Why do we think that we would be a good partner for you and your organization? Well, first of all, I want to point out that our fellows and partners that Pulse works with directly are faculty and leaders in higher education. What that means for you is that when you partner with Pulse, you're bringing in a group of individuals who have on-the-ground experience serving institutions of higher education. And those institutions range from community colleges all the way up through our R1s. What you also get in Pulse is external facilitation of challenging conversations about the vision and mission for departments and units. And this gets to our Pulse Ambassadors program. So I kind of think of them as the 101st Airborne of culture, where they can come in and they can, as external people, help facilitate some of those challenging and difficult conversations about the way that departments or larger parts of your organization operate together within a human resource space. and help facilitate conversations that you as a leader may find challenging to do. That old adage of being a prophet in your own land and how challenging that can be for driving change. The other thing that Pulse can bring to your organization is a set of measurement tools and external benchmarking that you can use to evaluate and measure where are departments and programs at today with respect to student outcomes, current pedagogy, active learning, and things like that that we hear about frequently in places like the Chronicle or Inside Higher Ed. These tools can be made available, and you can have a visit actually from people who are trained to use them and to facilitate conversations around them to help parts of your organizations, departments, for instance, to measure where they're at today, but then also to come back later on and see where they're at tomorrow, to see what progress has been made. The other thing that Pulse can bring to your organization and to your faculty is a local and regional connection for these individuals to groups with similar journeys of transformation. So the Pulse regional networks are perfect areas for departments and faculty to come in, engage with like-minded fellow travelers, so to speak, and to find out what are better practices, what works within different contexts, and for whom does it work. Finally, our fellows can also serve on external program review teams. They have expertise in many aspects of pedagogical innovation, departmental culture, departmental structure. Many of them have worked across a broad spectrum of higher education institutions as well. And the last thing as a treasurer that I'd like to point out to people is the other reason to think about Pulse is that we have superior price points. As a 501c3 of people who are committed and dedicated to driving the transformation of higher education and all types of institutions across the United States. And you'll find that we are a good partner for you to come in and have conversations with. And I think that you'll also find that negotiations with us are fairly facile and will be of value to you. So as a leadership person, I want to point out some resources that you can access. So first of all, if you want to find out more about Pulse products, you can pause this video and go on ahead and do a Google search or whatever search engine is of your choice, and go to www.pulsecommunity.org. Or you can also contact me directly, and my contact information is there on this slide. With that, I want to thank you for your time and attention. I hope that you found this to be of value, and we hope to hear from you soon in the Partnership for Undergraduate Life Sciences Education. Have a good day.